long bombers have been coming in overhead. You can feel the ground shaking like jello.
Sergeant Charles Brown has recovered from his wounds and is back with the 173rd Airborne Brigade on his way to relieve American units engaged in heavy combat outside of Dak To.
We can hear the gunfire as we get closer. The sounds of M16s and AK-47s ripping through the jungle. The sounds of trees splintering. Men scream. A few paces ahead, the recon team radios back. We walked right into an ambush. Now they stuck out there only a few meters ahead of us, screaming for help. Just got to do something fast before they all get killed. CO jumps on the radio and tells them to hit the ground and stay down. Then he turns to me and instructs me to
take the rest of the platoon in to see what was going on. Knowing that my men in there was down, we went in firing from the waist up, just spraying the whole area. Brown Charles J., Staff Sergeant E6, awarded. Bronze Star Medal, 1st Oak Leaf Cluster with V device. Reason for heroism in connection with military operation against an hostile force. Near Dak To, Republic of Vietnam.
After 3 weeks of fighting, U.S. and South Vietnamese forces have stopped the NVA from destroying the American base at Dak To. But of the 6,000 enemy soldiers spotted in the area, only an estimated 600 were killed. The remaining 5,400 are making a strategic retreat toward Laos and Cambodia. Diplomatic policy prohibits U.S. ground troops from crossing the border, hoping to stop the NVA before they escape. The Americans give chase.
Let's go, Bravo!
On November 19, 1967, U.S. soldiers pinned down 2,000 NVA on an 875-meter-high hill known as Hill 875, just 6 kilometers from Cambodia.
Do you have any idea what kind of fire we have on this station?
They are immediately ordered to take the hill.
Ain't no such thing as rest for the weary out here. 2,000 NVA are on Hill 875. Command wants us to go hunt them all down.
Hours into the assault, Sergeant Charles Brown and his battalion are helicoptered to Hill 875 to join the fight. They are dropped in a safe zone, just out of range of enemy fire.
The entire place already looks like hell from all the fighting. Trees are splintered and broken. Smoke billows in the distance. You can see this is a completely
destroyed area. Trees gone, nothing to hide on, just a whole unbelievable how it had been destroyed.
As Brown and his men make their way towards the American units, they have no idea of the horrors that lay ahead. The NVA have transformed Hill 875 into a heavily fortified stronghold, brimming with pre-built bunkers and carefully carved out escape routes. It's a cunning trap that the Americans are walking right into.
As we head into the twilight, we can hear the mortar and artillery shells exploding a few miles out in front of us. Up ahead, men start whispering back whenever they come across a dead body. Pretty soon, seems like all you hear is body, body, body.
When the truth is found to be lies, and all the joy within you.
5 hours ago, we're out there in the middle of the bush. Now I'm cracking open a warm beer while some chick shakes her butt.
300 miles to the north, 2nd Lieutenant Barry Romo and his platoon are on a 2-day break after being in the field for 30 straight days of search and destroy.
I guess this is one of the crazy things about Vietnam. One minute you're out there freaking out about tripwires and booby traps. And the next thing you know, they fly you into a rear area where they take away our weapons and our hand grenades.
And they would plop us on a beach like in Apocalypse Now and have a big barbecue, and you would drink, and they would bring in tons of alcohol. And then after 2 days, they would pour you back into helicopters and give you your weapons back
and fly you out to an area for another operation for another 30 days. It's so bizarre. All anyone knows is that no one has any idea what will happen next. I had an officer in training that once said, "The Viet Cong guerrillas are the fish in the sea of the people, and our job is to dry up that sea." I thought he was crazy for saying that. But now that I've been out here for a few months, I'm starting to see what he meant.
2nd Lieutenant Barry Romo is back in the field, searching a South Vietnamese village. Civilians sympathetic to the Viet Cong hide weapons and supplies, while those who side with the Americans stay silent for fear of brutal communist reprisals. As a result, the Americans cannot tell friend from foe, leaving the villagers caught in the middle.
We're told the VC threaten these people with their lives unless they help them. So you gotta figure it's not really their fault. But at the same time, when you find a bunch of AK-47s hidden in some villager's chicken pen, you can't help but feel like they're the reason your buddies are dead. I mean, these are supposed to be the people we're here to help, only it seems like they don't give a shit about helping us. I've never once had a Vietnamese say, don't go down this trail.
Down this trail because there's a mine. Or don't go over to this area because the North Vietnamese are going to ambush you. Your morality wears down. Your patience wears down. After a while, people started blaming the Vietnamese for our casualties, all the Vietnamese. And there's a genuine dehumanization of the people we were supposedly there to help.